Hello and welcome back to Curbstomp City and another episode of ECW Lives on TEW 2016. I hope everyone's enjoying this run of videos. I'm recording it all before I'm actually releasing it, so I don't know whether it's actually gone to plan or whether I'm hitting the 125 likes. I'll remind you again, every time we hit 125 likes, the next episode will be released on Patreon, and then 24 hours later it will be released on the channel. And if we're not hitting the targets, Rhino will not be happy. But yeah, we're going to get straight into ECW Revolt, and then we're going to do the semi-finals and the final of the Prince of the Super Juniors. And let's just get straight into it because I'm pretty excited for this episode especially. So yeah, let's do it. And we start with a match in the pre-show. We have 4 junior heavyweight competitors against 4 heavyweight competitors. We've got the 3 qualified wrestlers in the Prince of the Super Juniors tournament, Chris Sabin, Low-Key, and Fergal Devitt, teaming with the junior heavyweight champion AJ Styles. And they take on Tommy Dreamer, Keiji Muto, Vampiro, and Sabu. And yeah, the junior heavyweights get the win in this match. Obviously we're going to find out the 4th competitor of the semi-finals later on tonight when Jushin Liger takes on Juventud Guerrera. But yeah, I just wanted to give them something to do, maybe just for a little popularity boost in the tri-state before we get to the finals, and hopefully that helps a little bit with the ratings. So yeah, give them some good opponents, I'd say, and it puts the junior heavyweights in a good light. And this got a 57C-, and some good ratings. Highlights were Sabu and AJ Styles with 61, and Vampiro with a 59. Muto also got a 61. So yeah, some good performances all around. And apparently Sabu is improving on performance skills as well. But yeah, now the actual television show starts, and a video airs with highlights of the Prince of the Super Juniors group stage. And it then explains that Jushin Liger and Juventud Guerrera are level on points and will open tonight's Revolt to decide who will go through to the semi-finals. And this got a 68C+, so good stuff. And then we go to the match itself, and Jushin Liger defeats Juventud Guerrera in 8 minutes 28 by pinfall with a Liger bomb. And they have good chemistry, as we already know. And yeah, 62C, so a good way of starting the match. A good performance from Liger with a 69, 45 from Juventud Guerrera, who, after this show, I have some plans for, and I won't say any more than that, but after this Revolt, we'll actually see straight away. I'm not sure who's going to be happy about it. But then we get to backstage, where Minoru Tanaka is ready to do a promo. And he says, tonight, 2 men will fight for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And what more would any wrestler in the world want than a chance to face wrestling's brightest star in the main event of wrestling's biggest show, Global Glory? And also should have added for wrestling's most prestigious belt as well. I forgot to write that in. And he says, Sting, Rhino, good luck out there. And by the way, Paul gave me a call earlier and he's doing better. Thanks for asking. And he wants me to let you know that your match tonight will be a cage match. The first person to escape the cage will be named #1 contender for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. And obviously we'll main event Global Glory. So our main event is set, and it's going to be hopefully a really good one. Sting versus Rhino. The first man whose feet touch the floor, no pin, no submission, will be named the #1 contender. And this got a 77B. So really good promo from Tanaka here. I wasn't expecting such a good promo, I don't think. But yeah, B. So quality stuff. And apparently Paul Heyman helped Minoru again because he's set as his manager. He's still off TV. Let's say he helped him out on the phone. But yeah. The angle got the crowd hotter, and the main event of Glory storyline has advanced and has gained heat. So yeah, good stuff. And then the Chain Gang head to the ring. And then Cena says, so a few weeks ago, New Jack wanted to make an example of the Chain Gang. So tonight we will fight. And then Jay says, come on out and let's see how smart you really are. And then New Jack's music hits and he enters to the top of the ramp. And then Jack says, y'all wanted me to find a partner, right? And oh, I've found a partner, just like you asked. And Jay, it's someone you know very well. Everybody welcome my brother, or should I say Jay's little brother, Mark Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe walks out and stands next to New Jack. And then Jay says, Jack, you think you're really funny, don't you? But you know what's really funny? And then Cena says, you picked the wrong fight, gangster. Never mess with the chain gang. And then Mark turns to New Jack and starts to beat him down. And then Mark drags New Jack to the ring and all three men get a lead pipe and beat Jack to a bloody mess. And then Jay and Cena lift the tag belts above their heads as Mark continues the beatdown. So the feud has ended. I don't want any more terrible ratings like this D-37. The plan was to bring in Mark Briscoe as Jack's partner. They were going to get the win in this street fight and then go on to Global Glory to challenge for the championships. But I changed my mind. Ultimately, Mark Briscoe was going to turn on New Jack anyway, but I've done it now. So we've got a three-man chain gang. Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe, obviously slightly different gimmick to their real-life one. But I think Jay's fit into the role pretty well so far, so why not get Mark involved? Apparently he's not a freelancer anymore as well, so I've got him on a 3-year deal, which is good. Mark Briscoe debuted his young lion gimmick and got under above average, and the announcing quality lifted the segment, and the colour commentary did as well, and the Real Gangsters storyline has started with this segment. And it's also ended as well. But that's fine. But we'll just turn whatever happens next with the chain gang into this storyline here. That's fine. But yeah, good segment, I think, apart from the rating, but I think it worked well in terms of the storyline. So yeah, the chain gang is now a 3-man stable. And in an extremely short match, Samoa Joe defeated Just Incredible and Kendo Kashin in 4 minutes 52 when Samoa Joe defeated Kendo Kashin by submission with a Dragon Sleeper. And Samoa Joe carried the match in terms of an in-ring performance. So yeah, I just wanted to get Joe back into winning ways, and what better way to do it than a dominating win in a triple threat match. So he's defeated 2 men and he's got a 71, so good from him. And apparently Kendo Kashin is not suited to his gimmick. I think I've had that before, so I need to remember to change that. Yeah, just incredible with a 52, 56 from Kashin. Maybe we would have done better with a gimmick change, but yeah, 65C. Good match, I'd say. But then after the match, a mysterious video airs. And I'll just leave that there. I won't say any more. Bit of a tease, but yeah, 58C minus, and then CM Punk's music hits and he enters the arena and walks to the ring. And he says, last week, Rob Van Dam managed to pin me in the main event tag match, and I won't make any excuses. You got one over on me, but last time I checked, I am still the ECW World Television Champion. And with your win in mind, you now deserve another shot at the title. So I'm willing to give you it at the biggest show of the wrestling year, Global Glory. But if we're going to do this, it's under my rules. And then Punk rolls out of the ring and pulls out a ladder from under the ring, and he pushes it into the ring, a little ring there, and he sets it up in the center. And then Punk climbs to the top and sits down. And he says, let's hang this belt up and me and you will do this one last time in a ladder match. No rules, no excuses. Whoever gets the belt first will be champion. And this is 69C+, so Punk has laid out a challenge to Rob Van Dam. If he wants the title match, he has to do it in a ladder match. And we'll find out Rob Van Dam's response next week. But yeah, 69C+, good promo from Punk. And in a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Rhino drew with Sting in 18 minutes 11 when both competitors reached the floor at the same time. So, what's going to happen here? There's no number one contender because it was a draw. And they've put on a really good match, actually, 79B. Possibly one of the best matches we've ever had. I'll have to check after. But yeah, Rhino had an in-ring performance of 76 and Sting got a 70. So, I don't know, I was hoping maybe they'd get into the 80s. But yeah, they did well, in terms of match rating overall anyway. And the main event of Glory storyline has advanced and has gained heat. So yeah, good end to the show. Probably one of the best matches we've had. And overall that leaves us with a 74 B-, and this show increased our popularity in 20 regions. And I'm pretty happy with that. We drew 4,940 people at the Madison Square Garden WAMU Theatre as well, so decent. And ECW Revolt got a 4.66 TV rating, which is actually our highest yet, so that's good. And that main event was not our best match. That's actually 82, so I'll have to try and remember that. It's actually number 10, technically joint 5th. So yeah, there's quite a lot of 79s in there now. And before we move on, I'm going to do some releases, starting with, I'll give him his chance. He's not pleased me at all. He's been causing basically turmoil backstage. A lot of the worker complaints now are about the backstage atmosphere, and New Jack has not helped that. So he's gone. The same thing, the exact same reason as last time I fired Sandman, and he's gone again. I think I've fired them both before. And this time, a bit of a surprise one, I think. But we're actually going to fire Juventud Guerrera, which is what I was referring to earlier on. He's an extremely negative influence backstage, it says. Usually a very negative influence, it says, yeah. I knew that when he joined, but I took the risk and, yeah, we're getting rid of him. But yeah, a lot of people aren't happy, annoyed at the toxic backstage atmosphere at ECW Revolt. So let's give everyone a bonus. Hopefully it's not too expensive. We'll give everyone 200 each. Hopefully that pleases some people. And Angel Williams is still annoyed. Let's just click back. Yeah, people are still annoyed. So we'll try doing it individually. In fact, I'm going to go through these off camera and just give some bonuses, and then we'll come back and see the progress. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 morale issues. We'll see how many we've got in a second. So yeah, we've got 2 left. And we're just going to leave them. I've just gave out quite a lot of bonuses. You'll see here. Beulah McGillicuddy, there was 200, 200, 500. Just so many. Vampiro, I've tried giving him bonuses before to please him, and he wasn't having it. Joey Styles was one. You can see there. He's got quite a bit. But yeah, we've got rid of quite a lot there. But yeah, we'll move on. I've got to find another tag team to challenge the Chain Gangs, but I'll do that whilst I'm not recording. To keep it a bit of a surprise for the next episode. So we've just got some backstage incidents to deal with, and Rhino has gotten a lot of heat with the rest of the locker room for her selfish behaviour, and we're going to give her a warning. I think we've already warned her before, but nothing happened with that anyway. And Rob Van Dam was caught secretly using soft drugs. He hasn't done anything like this before, so we're going to give him a warning. And nothing happened. And then Sabu was brought before Wrestlers Court accused of being an hour late to pick up an assigned travel partner, and he had to pay for his meals for the next 3 shows, and he improved his behaviour. Maybe we could have included Raina in the releases. We'll consider that after tonight, because she's got a job to do with managing Low Key. Let me just find the arena. So yeah. We're going to run in the WAMU Theatre again, and we'll get straight to it. Right, so we start with a video showing the highlights of the 4 semi-finalists so far in the tournament, and it ends with the brackets for tonight's show. So we're going to see in the semi-finals Fergal Devitt taking on Chris Sabin, and then Jushin Liger will take on Low Key, and obviously the winners of those 2 matches will go through to the final. And the winner of the final will be named the Prince of the Super Juniors 2002. And this got a 68C+, so actually really good. A better rating than before, probably because we haven't got Delirious and Dragon Kids ratings in there. So yeah, good start, I think. And not a great match, but Fergal Devitt defeats Chris Sabin in 6 minutes 34 by pinfall with a quick cradle. And I've made this nice and short so Fergal doesn't get tired in the final. And Sabin got a 35, Devitt with a 44, and the Prince of ECW storyline has started with this segment, which currently involves the champion AJ Styles and the 4 competitors. And obviously once the Prince is named, I'll remove everyone else apart from AJ and the winner from the storyline. But for now, it has begun tonight, and hopefully this helps the rating at Global Glory. But yeah, 41D, not brilliant. 44 from Devitt though, the man of the match, so the right person won. And then after the match, Fergal Devitt helps Chris Sabin up and applauds him, and then rolls out of the ring, leaving the audience to show their appreciation for Chris Sabin. And the commentators mentioned that he's been one of the surprises of the tournament, and he did well to get this far in such a tough group. So he was obviously in the group with Jushin Liger and Juventud Guerrera, and looking at it at the start on paper, them two are the favourites to finish in the top two. But Chris Sabin, he didn't just go through, he actually finished first, so he's done really well. And this is just to show Fergal's appreciation for him and giving him a chance to get over with the crowd. So yeah, I think that works well. And 60C and the Prince of ECW storyline has advanced with this segment and gained heat. And then a video airs hyping tonight's semi-main event, so this will happen before the final. ECW World Heavyweight Champion Minoru Tanaka will take on ECW World Junior Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles. And this is going to be a massive match. And this is to get a good rating for the show overall, so we don't get kicked off television. A 67C+, so that should be a really good match, hopefully. And in a decent match, Jushin Liger defeats Low Key in 8 minutes 57 by pinfall with a Liger bomb. And Jushin Liger has debuted his gimmick because he was on loan, but now I've signed him on a pay-per appearance deal. It's only for 3 months though, because he's a freelancer, but yeah, he's re-debuted basically because his contract ended. And then Jushin Liger got a 68, so good from him, and 55 from Low Key. And the Prince of ECW storyline has advanced with this segment, and 61C. And after the match, Jushin Liger celebrates, and Low Key slowly gets to his feet and applauds Jushin Liger. We've seen this before, but this time he throws a kick and attempts to low blow Liger, and Liger catches it and leg sweeps him as Low Key rolls out under the bottom rope. And Low Key and Rhino walk away up the ramp, and Low Key is not happy. And this is a 58C-, so just tried to recreate the segment from earlier, but this time Low Key is a bit of a dick, so he tries to low blow Jushin Liger and he doesn't succeed. Jushin Liger goes in to the main event with some positive momentum. A good segment, I think. And then AJ Styles is shown walking backstage looking for Minoru Tanaka, and he sees him in the corridor warming up for his match and approaches him, and he says, "I just want you to know that tonight I'm going to bring you everything I have to show how good this junior heavyweight division really is. You might be seen as the champ around here, but remember, I have a championship too. Good luck out there." And Minoru looks at AJ and chuckles and says, "Yeah, good luck." And then Minoru Tanaka puts on his golden robe and walks off ready to enter the arena for the match which happens next. And AJ Styles underperformed. Heyman helping Minoru again. 71C+, and the angle got the crowd hotter. I just have to stop here a second because for the Minoru Tanaka versus AJ Styles match, I actually input the wrong winner into the game. So what I'm saying won't correlate with what's on the screen, but just go with what I've said rather than what you can see. And since this recording, I've had to go back in time on the game and redo that event with the correct winner, and everything with the tournament went exactly the same, and the correct winner won the match basically. And the ratings are slightly different, but nothing major. So yeah, just ignore the screen and just listen to the voice basically. So good segment going into the match, which has got a 78B, and AJ has defeated the world heavyweight champion Minoru Tanaka, and this puts the junior heavyweight division in a good light, and that's exactly what we needed to do. I don't think Minoru Tanaka loses too much with this loss. He can easily recover from it. I think it gives some good momentum for AJ going into Global Glory, and also whoever's Minoru Tanaka's opponent is can point out a flaw in Tanaka's game perhaps and say you are beatable, and perhaps put some doubt in Minoru Tanaka's mind heading into Global Glory. So, Tanaka got an 82, Styles with a 70. So yeah, really good match. Hopefully that does help the rating. And then in a decent match, Fergal Devitt it was probably a bit obvious that he's defeated Jushin Liger in 11 minutes 14 by submission, and Fergal Devitt wins the Prince of the Super Juniors title. And this got a 61C, so a good main event, considering what we've been getting in this tournament. And Jushin Liger got a 71-49 from Devitt. Not great. But Devitt will go on to face AJ Styles, his former tag team partner at Global Glory. And in the next edition of Revolt, he will receive his crown, and there will be a celebration for Devitt and his new title, Prince Devitt. So, yeah, this tournament was literally just made to make this happen. And now we've got a reason to call Fergal Prince. And yeah, I think it's worked. I think it's been quite a good tournament. Perhaps not rating wise, but I think we've elevated quite a number of people. I think Dragon Kid getting that win over Juventud Guerrera has helped him going forward. Chris Sabin topping the group has built him as a star. Devitt winning it has built him as a star. And then Delirious, with no wins, has not been built as a star just yet, but yeah. Let's see what the rating is overall. And 65C, so we've achieved the 62C that we needed to please the broadcaster, and we've increased our popularity in 7 regions. I'd say that's a success considering the last two shows for the Prince of the Super Juniors have annoyed the broadcasters. It says here, ECW Prince of the Super Juniors last night in the NY WAMU Theatre drew 4.8k, and the feedback from viewers has been great, and it has drawn a lot of praise, so that's good. I was having second thoughts about actually giving Devitt the tournament win, because last time I checked, as you can see here, he's classed as lower mid-carder according to the computer. So let's check what happens when we click auto push, and he's now mid-carder, so that's good. And AJ, his opponent at Global Glory, is an upper mid-carder, so I think that's alright, I guess. And we're gonna change his name to Prince Devitt. Cool. We need to renew Mickey J's contract, so we'll do that off camera.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Mickey!
Masato Tanaka's not happy about being in developmental. Someone assigned from 0-1 just to help destroy their ratings. Someone we could perhaps bring up to the main roster after Global Glory, but no plans for that beforehand, at least. And yeah, ECW Prince of the Super Juniors got 4.53, so good TV rating. And Eric Angle is now flabby, so what a way to end the episode. And if you've enjoyed it and you want to see the last 2 revolts, which will happen in the next episode as soon as possible, make sure you hit the like button, and whenever we hit 125 likes, it goes on Patreon. 24 hours later, it will be on the channel. So yeah, remember to subscribe for more TEW 2016 and general wrestling content, and until next time, peace.